There's a lot of people today that care about cryptocurrency.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think that Milton Friedman would say about cryptocurrency and what role crypto might play in the economy? Whether he would be for this idea, against this idea, and if we could look at it for today and also just, 10, 100 years from now.
There's a clip, I think it's in 1992, where people say, oh, Friedman predicted cryptocurrencies because he's talking about how payments will eventually be electronic.
Yeah.
So in some ways, he definitely, as he was looking at the computer and money, he knew these would come together in some way. I think he probably would see a use case for crypto. He definitely would not buy the stronger forms, I think, of crypto ideology in which we could be heading towards a future in which there's many different currencies that compete or that are distributed, or there's a stateless currency. And he addresses this very, very clearly because Hayek's denationalization of money, it's a paper in the late 70s, Hayek argues for this kind of competing currency model or regime. And so he's responding to that. He's responding to people writing about free banking. And he basically says, look, even if you developed a variety of competing currencies, eventually society would converge on one. And that's because people just want one currency that they know. They don't want a bunch of different options. Even in places where there have been options to do that, they've been used very minimally. And then he says, secondly, the state always steps in. He says, technically, theoretically, it doesn't have to. I could draw you a model. I could tell you about how it could work without the state. But in actual reality, all human societies, through time and space, the state eventually becomes involved in the provision of money because it has so many knock-on effects to so many people. So sure, I think he would, again, find a use case for crypto, think it's interesting, but I don't think he would see it as this is going to displace state money and we're going to have, a variety of distributed currencies. The other thing he really stresses is that a change in a monetary system, it only happens amid great, great crisis. So again, you see in countries where the state is not controlling the money well, right? That's when people are more turning to crypto. But he says because money is so fundamental, there's going to be so much political pressure on any country that gets the currency profoundly wrong that the government will fall and another one will replace it, right? So if you look at episodes of hyperinflation, they don't go on very long because they're so upsetting to people.